reminding us that we've been through this roller coaster. We know what it's like to be up and down. We know what it's like to be close. Some other fans have been more introduced to this as it comes. Some of the fans that wear crimson and cream aren't really used to that up and down that us OSU fans are. But I promise it'll be okay. Just like they said, Thunder are bringing home the gold.
Absolutely, Brody. And I really do appreciate the commitment to that orange hat. Every single time you said, I'm built for this, I'm ready for this.
He would not wear crimson if it was like the last color he could wear, I don't think.
Brody, thank you. So most of the fans that we are... Most of the fans that we're seeing across the area are really going to have to settle for watching this game on television, but not everyone.
Yeah, the watch party's free. The tickets were not free. I think it was like $900 for a pair the last time I saw.
Right.
So Caden and Dan, though, did not have to pay for tickets. They got in because their jobs are cool. So they're inside the Paycom Center while we're out here.
Absolutely. And we see a ton of people behind you guys. Tell us how it is. I know that you've kind of moved locations in the last half hour.
Yeah, we're here out on the concourse, and I tell you what, I feel just humbled as a human being because I'm here with what I feel like is the most popular man in the building, Caden McFarland. He has
Jordan shoes.
complimented the shoes. People want to talk to Caden McFarland here on the concourse.
It's been the people watching is fantastic. Doors opened about 30 minutes ago, so you're just watching all these Thunder fans stream in. I'll tell you this, the Alex Caruso headband, that is the look in Oklahoma City these days. You see everybody wearing that. It has been so cool. We heard Emma talking about it earlier. To hear, we know that the Thunder crowds are great and loud, at least as far as we know, but to hear all these national people on ESPN say this is the loudest environment I have ever been in.
And it does, and it feels like every time we have stepped into this building for a new playoff game, they have heightened that level of their, audible levels, if you want to call it that, but it's been a loud building.
Expect this to be the loudest they've ever been.
Yeah.
Series tied 2-2. The winner of Game 5 in the NBA Finals history goes on to win the series 74% of the time. Huge ball game for the Thunder, coming off what we've dubbed the biggest win in franchise history in Game 4. Why don't you just go make it another biggest win in franchise history tonight here in Game 5? Preview coming up later in sports. I can't hear Naomi or TJ. So Dan, take it away.
Well, I'll ask Dan. Dan, you can answer my question. And we just talked about how last game was the biggest win in franchise history. Is it even possible to follow it up with another biggest win in franchise history? I feel like that's almost impossible to do.
I feel like each win from this point on is the new biggest win in franchise history. It's not hyperbole when we said that against the Nuggets. We knew that was a huge hump to get over. And then it was Game 1. Okay, they didn't win that. Win Game 2. Okay, well now win a road game. Okay, well now you win this game tonight. You're only one win away from the NBA Finals championship. So each win from here on out is a new step up. It's not hyperbole to say could be the biggest win in franchise history.
The Pacers have impressed me. Taking these guys down, a whole lot tougher than I thought it was going to be when we were here for Games 1 and 2. That said, Thunder's got the better team. They've got the crowd on their side. They're a 9.5-point favorite. Should go win Game 5.
Fans are going to be ready for this one, y'all.
Yep, like Kate and Dan, thank you. We'll see you guys a little bit later here in sports. So obviously, we're all fired up about this. There's so many great stories to tell from this. And, of course, here at 2 News, we're going to tell your stories, right? There's that QR code in the corner of your screen. If you want to scan that, we can kind of help you tell your story, right?
And we are always listening. So especially around this time when there are so many Thunder fans, we really want to hear your Thunder-specific stories. If you come to every single game, if you've been out to One Oak Field every single time, we really want to hear from you. We are always listening here at 2 News. So go ahead and scan that QR code. You can get all of our information so you can share your stories with us.
Thanks, Naomi and TJ. I'm meteorologist Brandon Woolley in for Chief Meteorologist Michael Sager. And those temperatures all across eastern Oklahoma right now, we are into the 80s, close to 90 degrees, along with mostly sunny skies. Now, the heat index in Tulsa, the feels-like temperature right now at 92 and 93 in Oilton in Creek County. Mostly sunny skies in our forecast over the next couple of hours, continuing to clear the clouds out. We do have clear skies between 9 and 10. We're down into the upper 70s later tonight at 10. So hotter with a higher heat index coming up tomorrow afternoon. The storm chances increasing again over the next couple of days, and 90s to become more common in that extended forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Brandon, thank you. We got word just about an hour ago that a judge dismissed the lawsuit challenging new social studies standards. Conservative former state attorney general and lawmaker Mike Hunter filed the suit against Ryan Walters and the State Board of Education. Even board members at the time voiced frustration, saying the language in the standards was changed without their knowledge before the vote. Now, Hunter said that's illegal, and that's not why he sued, not because of the actual changes, among them requiring students learn about, quote, discrepancies in the 2020 presidential election and origin of COVID. In a statement, Superintendent Ryan Walters said, quote, I am unapologetic that students will receive a pro-American education. Well, ground broke on a new animal adoption center in Okmulgee today. 2 News Oklahoma's Douglas Braff listened to the local Humane Society about the need for more kennel space and creating a community space.
Right now, this is a vacant lot of land in downtown Okmulgee with overgrown grass and trash laying around. But imagine in 4 to 6 months, some rescue animals just playing around and frolicking here. That's what the Okmulgee County Humane Society has planned for this, as well as a new adoption center in this building. On Monday, they unveiled a new identity as the Okco Humane Society and broke ground on the new space. How bad is the need for this?
The need for this is great.
Board President Amy Robinson used to live in Wisconsin a few years ago and was looking to adopt.
I noticed a lot of the dogs coming in were from Oklahoma. I had no idea that Oklahoma had such a severe overpopulation that dogs were being transported out of state until I lived in Wisconsin.
This new center would add some much needed space to house more dogs in need of rescue.
The hope is that with this space, we do know that likely within the first month, because of the crisis that we're in, it will be full.
2 News Oklahoma's Braden Bates reported last year how a man's dog was euthanized at a city animal shelter where the Humane Society shared a space. With a facility like this, do you think situations like that might be less likely?
So our Humane Society has always been a no-kill Humane Society, which means that we operate at saving at least 90% of the animals in our care.
The more dogs that you can hold here further eliminates that 10% of cases where euthanasia is likely.
So for our structure, we will never take in an animal and not have space for it. We pull animals from municipal shelters that do have that capacity situation where they are having to euthanize due to capacity. So we will only take in animals knowing we have space or a foster.
Ultimately, they also want the space to serve multiple purposes and to be full of life. In Okmulgee, Douglas Braff, 2 News Oklahoma.
Thank you, Douglas. Well, we have a couple of traffic alerts to pass on to you. Crews began working at 91st and Riverside today. Now they're going to spend the next month or so replacing the pavement and improving the drainage. Now that project is costing taxpayers $500,000. You also want to avoid Garnett between 91st and 101st for the next week. The inside lanes will be closed so crews can work on the median there. It's a project for St. Francis South. Now the city is posting detours for both construction zones. Well, we've all seen the damage wind and hail can do to a roof, right? Well, the Oklahoma Insurance Department is offering grants up to $10,000 to fortify yours. Homeowners in another 8 zip codes are now eligible. The program includes 17 zip codes in all from various parts of Tulsa to Owasso, Sapulpa, Claremore, and Okmulgee. We have the link to details on our website. Just head over to KJRH.com. Well, we are thundering right back up when we return. Naomi and TJ are live at the Omni Hotel across from the Paycom Center, guys.
Sharon, thank you. Of course, we are having a great time out here. We are seeing so many fans heading into the arena, getting ready for that game.
And we had a cool parade come by, too, which was even better. But next at 6, we do have another story to share with you. This one has both heart and soul. Meet brothers with a passion for the Thunder and sneakers, the custom pair where culture, family, and fun all lace together.
Your first forecast, sponsored by Burgraff Disaster Restoration.
You're watching 2 News Oklahoma, part of the Scripps News Group.
All right, welcome back to our Game 5 coverage of the NBA Finals here in Oklahoma City, overlooking the Paycom Center. Great view.
Beautiful view.
Can't get over it every time we do it. Now, there's a couple things that go with basketball. The Thunder go with it, obviously, Naomi. But the other one, shoes.
Absolutely. Well, our Julie Chin maybe met the one Tulsa family who has the rarest, coolest sneakers, signature shoes, here in Tulsa. And of course, those shoes are positively Oklahoma.
I first introduced you to the brothers behind Samurai Designs 2 years ago with their custom shoes when Tom Hanks came to Tulsa. Now it's another pair of custom shoes and another family member who has a winning combination.
We've been pulling for the Thunder really since before they were the Thunder. I mean, we were Sonics fans back in the 90s.
When it comes to game time, the Thompson brothers come to play. How big of a Thunder fan would you say you are?
I would say I'm the biggest, but you know, everybody's going to say that.
These Thunder superfans and custom sneaker artists have heart and serious soul.
This is a pair I painted specifically to wear to games this season. I've attended 8 games, 1 playoff game. They're seasoned with the season.
And this championship season has inspired them to create their own Thunder signature shoe.
Thunder Up.
Chris spent a week hand-painting this custom beauty for his son, featuring his 4 favorite players.
He surprised me with the shoes. I didn't know until he told me that we're going to OKC.
There, they'd try to get the one-of-a-kind kicks autographed. And together, they scored.
The first autograph I got was Hartenstein.
A coveted SGA signature was secured that night, too.
It was really cool because he's one of my favorite players.
Next came Jay Will.
Jay Will, we actually got a little bit of time with him. He looked at the shoes and he was like, oh, they're nice. Those are tough. Where'd you get those? And then it was like my dad painted them.
Now they're just hoping for one more.
If you're out there, J-Dub, we were one autograph short of having this complete set for these Thunder shoes I painted for my son.
Please and thank you.
Because they're signed, the shoes are for show only.
I told him he can never wear them. They're going in a glass case.
And there are other famous pairs.
I did a pair for Ralph Macchio, did a pair for Tom Hanks, did a bunch of Reservation Dogs casts, working on a pair for Giancarlo Esposito.
They also just completed one more Thunder project for one more family member.
My dad's a Thunder fan.
So Jeremy crafted him his first custom shoes. Thunder themed, of course.
These are a Father's Day present. My dad, he's where we get our Seminole side from. So this is actually Seminole patchwork design for lightning. And on this side it says Thunder. On this side it says Tenetki, which is Muskogee for thunder.
3 generations with ties that bind, thanks to shoes, love, and basketball. Thunder fan forever?
Yes.
In Tulsa, Julie Chin, 2 News, Oklahoma.
I love how he told his son, you cannot wear these.
Yeah, please don't. Put them in a case.
They're going to be a specialty item,
right.
and we are never going to put them on our feet. But we will let you know if they actually do get J-Dub's autograph, and they say that they are going to keep going and going, trying to get all those players after that.
Love that. Now, we've added a link to learn more about Samurai Designs on KJRH.com. You just have to find that under Positively Oklahoma. What a cool story. Those shoes we were talking about during the story, so awesome. What a talent that is.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we have been telling you we are live inside the Omni Hotel all day long, and we are so thankful for it because it is really hot outside, and we're very thankful to be inside this beautiful building with this AC. And Brandon, I know that it's not just hot here, it's hot in Tulsa too.
That's right, Naomi and TJ, and getting hotter, especially for tomorrow. Our forecast high in T-Town, 91 degrees with that feels like temperature in the afternoon reaching 102. A little bit, tiny bit of a break coming up for Wednesday and Thursday, but back to the triple digits there. The feels like temperatures for Friday and Saturday and mid to the upper 90s for Sunday and Monday. I should mention Friday is the first day of summer. Amazing that is coming up so quickly here. The storm outlook from the Storm Prediction Center late tomorrow night, overnight through Wednesday morning. Actually a level 3 out of 5, that enhanced risk in far southeastern Kansas there, and it looks like we might see some tornadoes in that location. We'll keep you posted on that. Mainly for our area, far northeastern Oklahoma, mainly a wind and hail threat, but again, that tornado risk is not 0. It's a 2% there from the Storm Prediction Center, far northeastern Oklahoma, and mainly in throughout southeast Kansas, for example, around the Independence area. Then another opportunity for strong to severe storms comes in Wednesday afternoon through the evening hours, all modes are certainly possible, but mainly a wind and hail threat, and that slight risk there, a level 2 out of 5. Live right now in our Wade's RV Weather Camera Network, mostly sunny skies here in Tulsa, 89 degrees. The temperature actually continues to go up this hour. Not a breath of wind, 52% on that elevated relative humidity. 87 in Bristow, also in Bartlesville. You can see on Future Track radar in the cloud cover overnight tonight, mostly clear to clear skies. Some increasing clouds, though, by tomorrow morning. Mainly a few widely scattered showers to the north of Tulsa late in the morning and throughout the early afternoon. That's a very small chance, but then storm system number 1 comes in overnight through Wednesday morning, knocking on our doorstep, so we could see some flash flooding as well, along with that wind and hail threat and maybe an isolated tornado or 2 across the area. But enjoying a quiet night tonight. Once again, just like last night, 70 degrees, southeasterly winds between about 5 and 10 miles per hour with those overnight lows 60s to right around 70. Tomorrow it will be hotter at 91. That heat index by the afternoon reaching 102 and gusty winds upwards of around 30 miles per hour. Daytime highs mainly into the lower 90s. Super 10-day forecast dropping that down to 87 on Wednesday. That expected daytime high, but back to the lower 90s on Thursday. Helping to plan your day, 76 degrees at 8 along with partly cloudy skies. And your extended forecast for the first day of summer on Friday, 94. And the first weekend of summer, mostly sunny skies, dry and into the lower 90s.
Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Dan, you prefer crucial or pivotal?
I like pivotal.
There you go.
What the Thunder got to do to knock off the Pacers coming up next.
Now, 2 News Oklahoma Sports.
Welcome into sports, everybody. Kate McFarland, Dan Lindblad here on the concourse at Paycom Center. Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Of course, this series between the Thunder and Pacers tied 2-2. That Game 4 was magnificent. Now, Dan, Rick Carlisle, Mark Daigneault admitted that while they won that Game 4, maybe the biggest win in franchise history, they certainly didn't control that ball game. Indiana began to get its footing against this Thunder team in Games 3 and 4. Thunder is the favorite tonight, but Indiana strikes me as far more dangerous than I thought maybe just a week and a half ago.
We talk about the Thunder not being in positions and doing really well, right? They've never been in that position this whole playoffs where it was a game that you felt like they needed to win and they were behind. They've had games where we felt like they needed to win,
right,
and they're playing from ahead. So it's good to see them do that. It's a different task tonight. The Pacers haven't lost back-to-back games in 3 months.
That's a thing.
Let alone the entire playoffs, 3 months back to March 10th. But both teams, the trophy is right there.
Right there.
It is within reach. 2 wins away. Both franchises would be their first championship in franchise history. Both of them are focused on this Game 5 saying job's not finished.
2 wins and you get the job done, and that's what I felt like I was focused on in the Denver series, and we were able to do so, and same thing for this series. Something new for a lot of us. A lot of us haven't been this late into this season.